Special events are never complete without amazing food. The Cedric Frazier experience provides deliciously crafted gourmet meals and a vibe like no other. Chef Cedric Frazier joins us to talk about his catering and private chef services. So nice to meet you. Welcome to Texas today.
Thank you for having me, Adriana.
Of course, this looks delicious. But before we talk about the food you brought in today, can you talk to us a little bit about your journey as a chef and how you fell in love with cooking?
Sure. I fell in love with cooking in South Carolina. I grew up on a farm. My grandmothers were my inspiration. And so Sunday meals were always a big deal. And so eventually I wanted to go to culinary school, and I went to Johnson & Wales University, and that's how I started my culinary experience or journey.
What were some of the first dishes that you cooked?
Oh, well, rice is a staple in South Carolina. So, I made a lot of gummy, sticky rice, of course, and then I perfected that, and then I moved on to other items. And after a while, my mom was like, you really know how to cook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
you can cook now.
I know.
Tell us about the experience, the Cedric Frazier experience that you provide.
So we provide a luxury dining experience in-home. We travel around the country, but specifically in the Dallas area, we do a lot of high-end events. And so we bring a restaurant quality experience to your home.
Very nice. And let's brag a little bit about you right here, because I know that you have worked with some big names out there. Can you share a few?
A few. So I've worked with a few athletes. A lot of major megachurch pastors are my clients. But when I worked in D.C., Washington, D.C., I planned a week of events for Margaret Thatcher, which was amazing. And I have been the private chef. I did a dinner for Justice Clarence Thomas.
Wow.
And pretty much, I think at that time, it was probably 4 of the other justices for that dinner.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a blessing.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. How would you describe your style of cooking?
So I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, or around Charleston, South Carolina, and so my style of cooking is elevated, home or comfort food, let's say.
Okay.
And so I have a flair of the low country cuisine, and that's what I enjoy doing.
Let's talk about the dishes that you brought in today. What are they?
Sure. So let's start here, which is a Charleston staple, and that is shrimp and grits. People love that.
It looks very fancy for sure.
Thank you. And then we have I lived in Maryland, D.C. area for 16 years, and so this is homage to the Maryland crab cake, and it is on a base of corn mac choux and also drizzled with a Cajun cream sauce.
Oh, very yummy. So good. It looks delicious. What would you say that is the thing that you like the most about cooking for people?
I love cooking because cooking is my love language. So I enjoy doing it, I enjoy entertaining, and that is probably just to see the satisfaction on people when they take that first bite. I'm always holding my breath. I'm like, oh. But, they always say, oh, I love it, or it's great. So that's what I love most about it, just to see their reactions.
Yeah, that's priceless, I'm sure. Okay, so how can we book your services? How does it work?
So I'm on all social media platforms, but you can go to my website. It's www.cfxp.com. And just go to book me, and then we respond back to you and work through the process.
So how long in advance should we book you? Because what if I need you for tomorrow?
Well, there are some people, sometimes I am. I tell people to book me as soon as you have a date.
Okay.
Because I like Christmas, it's already gone.
Of course.
But as soon as you know, so I would say 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 months out.
Okay.
But typically there are some dates that are here and there that are available.
Yes, perfect. Yeah. How do you come up with the different dishes that you're going to prepare for each dinner or meal that you're going to be making?
And so if you go to my website, you don't see menus, because I like to work with the client to specialize and kind of create that menu for that experience.
It is VIP style.
Yeah, it
for
is
sure.
definitely VIP. There's not a list of menus that you can just select from. We walk through the process, and I always ask, what are your allergies, and what's your favorite food, and what's that, and then we create that menu suited around that, and of course your budget.
Oh, you want to spoil people for sure. That's nice.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Of course.
All righty.
To learn more about the Cedric Frazier experience or to book, visit the cfxp.com.